Hello and welcome to Children's Sunday School. I am so glad you are here to join us for another week of talking about Jesus' Sermon on the Mountain and the Beatitudes that he shared with his followers. As you know, the people followed him up on a mountain. And each week in Sunday school, we've been trying to find a different way to either condition our bodies or prepare for our climb up the mountain. Well, this week, we thought we would do something different. And when we learned about the Beatitude this week, I thought it might be fun to think of a place where you feel particularly comforted or close to God. Sometimes just crawling into bed under the warm covers, surrounded with your favorite belongings, sometimes that feels really special. If you can get to a place like that in your house that feels extra quiet, comforting, maybe close to God, or if you have an animal, stuffed or alive, who helps you feel safe and loved, go and get it and go and settle in to the most loving, comforting place you have in your house right now as you listen to our message, okay? If you need to pause this, take your laptop or your iPad with you to your place. You can pause this and come back and we'll talk about this week's Beatitudes. So last week, we said that Jesus told his followers that even though they were struggling or poor in spirit, that if they had God in their lives, they would have hope, healing, and an abundance of everything. The second beatitude that Jesus shared was this. He said, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted." What does mourn mean? What is that word? To mourn means to feel sad. And often if something bad happens to someone we love, you might mourn. And as you mourn, you may even cry. There were people in Jesus' time, just like there are today, who were taught that crying was not okay. The powerful people of Jesus' time thought that showing feelings of sadness or any emotion somehow showed that they were weak. In this beatitude, Jesus speaks to people who mourn and he tells them, hey, it's okay to cry. Jesus knew that crying showed that people are brave enough to feel pain of their own and someone else's pain. Jesus was telling his followers that tears are important and that allowing ourselves to experience painful feelings is a beautiful way to grow closer and connect with God and connect with each other. Did you know Jesus cried during his time on earth? God's heart is so wide and it holds all the pain of everyone hurting throughout the entire world. In this beatitude, Jesus promises that God brings comfort and makes things right for the people who face unfair treatment or shame or pain that causes them to cry. What do you think Jesus wanted us to do with this information, or wanted his followers to do with this information? I think he wants us to share God's comfort with each other. When we offer loving words to someone who is hurting, we are sharing God's comfort. Sometimes we don't even have to have words. We can listen to them, cry with them, or just sit with them when they are sad. The wonderful thing is that doing this helps us and them become closer to God. What a gift. In a moment, we're going to do an art project that's going to help us share God's comfort with someone else. So if you haven't already, go and grab your bag number 3 from your delivery packet, some tape or glue, and your beatitude beads, and then come back and I'll walk you through our activity for today. Thanks again for joining me, and I look forward to our craft.